What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan. I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We are here wishing you a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. It's December 24th, and we're continuing to pump out that content through the Christmas season. So we hope you guys enjoy as always. We're going to be here talking about Digimon. We were going to do a meta deck discussion for the Europe finals this week, but unfortunately, we're really tight-lipped on the deck lists and the stuff that came out of the Europe finals because apparently there was misconduct. The first place player did get disqualified for misconduct, so they've been really tight-lipped on the deck lists of that tournament. So it's unfortunate we don't have that data to look at for the UK finals, the Europe and UK finals. So yeah. We're here talking about Digimon, and we're here talking specifically about BT24, doing another discussion video. It feels like we've been doing a lot of discussion videos, almost like the 12 days of Digimon. We might have to call that video that, although I don't know if we're going to actually get to 12 days of discussion videos. But anyways, we're here talking about BT24, talking about some of the new cards in the set. Now we're going to do all our other stuff coming up soon, our points list, our card overview, our set overview, and our deck excitement list, of course. And then we're probably going to have how to builds coming out of this. But we wanted to focus in on a specific set of cards, mostly the Time Stranger Olympus 12 cards and some of the crazy stuff we've got going on in there, especially around like the Jupiter deck that we've been talking about, in the channel, and with potential other things coming out. We've been looking at a lot of different stuff, so we're here going to be talking a little bit about these cards and what we think is kind of an interesting way to go in the game. But as always, if you guys enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. And let's get into it here right now. We're looking at these cards here. So we got a nice selection of cards, nice selection of new and old cards, looking at Olympus 12 cards, of course. We got some option cards and stuff like that. I didn't go with every single Geo card because I just didn't think the promo was worth mentioning. I mean, it's just another Geomon name, but really his effect is just barrier and blocker. It doesn't really do anything more for you than that. So we're looking at certain things like here, we're looking at, Sanctuary, looking at some of the option cards here. If you have no face up, most of these are, if you have no face up security cards, you can ignore the card's color requirements. So you don't have to have both colors. And then, all turns, all of your blue or yellow, TS trait Digimon game blocker. Well, you have Neptunemon or Venusmon. All of your blue or yellow TS trait Digimon gain alliance. This is actually kind of cool because it's just being Venusmon. Old Venusmon is a super amazing card, and so this makes this card even better. Gain alliance, and then main, add your bottom security card to your hand and place this card face up as the bottom security card. Always really good. Then you may play one blue or yellow TS trait Digimon card from your hand with play cost reduced by 3. So just being able to play that to the bottom, get that alliance, and then potentially play out a Lekmon if you're playing. So these option cards are all really good because they all give alliance. This one's for Marukimon or Minervamon. But it's the same thing, one green or yellow. But it's always yellow, so it always is going to, get that Lekmon in there. Although we don't have a lot of good Lekmons. And it's the only yellow TS Digimon you're probably going to be playing just because there's no other good... Yeah, there's not many good Lekmons for the Jupitermon deck. I mean, we're talking Patamon, honestly, as being a... Well, we do got the... Okay, so we do got the new Patamon promo, Time Stranger, which I think a lot of people are saying they think it's going to get seat play, or potentially even the Patamon... I think there's a new Patamon coming in. So yeah, there's this guy. And I think we're getting a new BT24 Patamon. I want to say I thought I saw a reveal for him, just because I know we get a reveal for Demi Devi, and so I was like, where's everything? Um, hmm. I don't see him in here, so maybe we're not getting a BT24 Patamon. Thought we were. I saw Demi Devi, and I saw what was the other starter guy? I saw Betamon, but I'd have to go back. Once we get the card list, we'll know for sure. But we do actually technically have 2 TS level 3s because you can play the Time Stranger Patamon, which is start of your main phase. If you have 4 or less memory, this Digimon may digivolve into a card with Angel or TS trait in the hand without paying the cost, which is almost as good as Vaccine Patamon from BT14, which is also a level 3 that's probably going to see play in the Jupitermon deck, just because it can digivolve into all your Geomons and your other level 4s in security because they're vaccines. Who knew? Who knew that this was going to be a vaccine deck? Emissary of Hope. Going to love this. So bad. But yeah, so we got like Throne Room, obviously, and I think they all have the same security ability. You may play a level 4 lore of the color specific from your hand or trash without paying the cost, which can actually be really, really good if it gets hit. So yeah, Throne Room and Abyss Sanctuary and Central Town Throne Room, both really good option cards. There's also, I saw it in here, we put it in here, Temple of Beginnings. Add a top card, your top security card to your hand, recovery +1. Then place the card in the battle area when your security stack is removed for delay. You may place the top stack card of any of your Digimon with a Geochosmon or Jupitermon so name as the top security card. That's actually kind of cool, being able to like de-digivolve your guy, especially with cards like Emissary of Hope. Put it in your security stack and be like, just watch me work. There's some cool stuff happening here, although it's kind of interesting. All around interesting, really. Yeah, so there's that one as well. It's Temple of Beginnings. What do we got here? So we're gonna move on to some of the tamers. Of course, we brought out the Inori from the promo one, which lets you play an Elecmon from your hand without paying the cost. So basically, play your Searcher by just putting her on the board for free, and then you gain memory at the start of your turn if your opponent has a Digimon. And then one of your Digimon may digivolve into a Geomon they have without paying the cost. That's also another one, which is actually pretty nice because you could rank up your guy pretty fast. Say you played your Searcher Elecmon down on the board, and then you play her to digivolve into Geomon. It's good stuff. Looking at other tamers, we have the new Inori, which if you have 4 or less memory, gain a memory at the start of your main phase. So not quite a memory tamer, but also a new type of memory tamer, which is very interesting. Because your opponent can give you like 2 or your opponent can give you 1, you'll go to 2, give you some options. If they give you 2, you go to 3 like a memory tamer. And if they give you 3 for any reason, you go to 4, which gives you more memory to work with in turn, which is always nice. When your security stack is removed by suspending this tamer, one of your Geomon may digivolve into a Digimon card with a Geochosmon in its name without paying the cost. So it gets you to your level 5 for free just by using those abilities and stuff like that when security stacks are removed from. So it's pretty good. You also got the Admus tamer, Dan and Kanan Yuki. Same thing, new style memory tamer. If you have 4 or less, gain 1 memory. End of your turn by suspending this tamer, you may use 1 TS trait option card with this high or lower use cost as your opponent's memory from your hand without paying the cost. Then one of your Digimon with the TS trait may attack. So this is really cool because it's may attack end of turn, which is always really good. So this is a very good card. And then, of course, we're going to talk about this lady right here, Homerus, the secret from this set. I think our secrets in this set are going to be nuts price-wise. Start of your main phase, gain 1 memory. Then, if you have 5 or more memories, suspend this tamer and draw 1. So, basically, she gains you a memory. But she has a dual fault position, is that you have to suspend and draw once you gain that memory. So you kind of don't want more than 4 memory. All turns, all of your TS trait Digimon get plus 1,000. So that's nice. And then end of your turn, by suspending this tamer, you may activate 1 on play or when digivolving effect of one of your Olympus 12 trait Digimon. This is by far one of the stupidest things they've done, I gotta say. And I'm all here for it. I'm here to see how stupid this gets. End of your turn, by suspending this tamer, you may activate 1 on play or when digivolving effect of one of your Olympus 12 trait Digimon. We'll get back to this. So we're gonna look at a Geotrusmon, and then we're gonna look at all the Olympus 12s. So you got the new Geomon, barrier, inheritable barrier when moving, on play, when digivolving. By adding the top security card to your hand, you may play 1 TS trait tamer card from your hand without paying the cost. This plays you Homerus, Inori, and the Dan-Yuki combo for free. You may play any one of your TS trait tamers without paying the cost. This effect can't play cards with the same name as any of your tamers, so you can only play 1 of each. So you can't play multiple Homeruses. Too bad, so sad, whatever. You still get to play your tamers for free. And doesn't have a restriction on, like, you can play 1 of each. You can't. It's not like up to 2 tamers like some of the other tamer abilities. So it's pretty freaking good, especially when you consider you can digivolve into this guy for free off of Patamon, off of Inori. Just keeps going. There's so many free ways to digivolve into this guy. It's hilarious. Too bad you can't play 8 copies. You still would play 4. But anyways, so you got a Geotrusmon. There's going to be 2 of them, the promo and the BT24. The BT24 mon has security attack plus 1, decode, which is really cool. It also has inheritable decode, which is, again, really, really cool. And especially because that Geomon's on play. So if you just get your guy killed, you just popping out tamers like really fast. That's when moving too. So when moving, on play, when digivolving is really, really good. When moving now, I think, is going to be a really great ability going forward. So we'll have to wait and see about that. When digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus the 5,000 DP for the turn. Then if you have 3 or fewer security cards, delete a 7k or less. That's actually pretty good, because you can basically kill up to a 12k with your level 5, which is really good. You also have the promo one, which is going to be coming out around the same time, and it has Raid, it has Decode a Geomon, it has Decode a Geomon Inheritable. It's only red, so it's a pure red card, but because it has the name, it can digivolve from a Geo for cost 3, and Jupitermon will be able to digivolve on it because of the black text in his box. It says, when digivolving, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, this Digimon gains Rush. And plus 3,000 DP until your opponent's turn ends. Then this Digimon may attack. Pretty good. Not bad. Just having an extra Geotrusmon name is pretty good. And then we get into the meat of the discussion, which is the Olympus 12. How many good abilities can you use multiple times because of Homerus? Well, we'll tell you. And we'll start with the most obvious one. BT10 Venusmon. All of your opponent's Digimon gain security attack plus 1 until the end of your opponent's turn. And then opponent's turn, all your opponent's Digimon with security attack keyword can attack this Digimon and can activate when attacking and when digivolving effects. So sad. Too bad. This card shits on the day of so many decks. I mean, right now it's being played in Hoodie to the extreme. It's being played in Masty as an alternative. Like you get your Masty on the board, you put level 4 and like you go Venusmon, and you're like, ha 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 ha, because it's fun to watch your opponent suffer. And this card is all about suffering. And it's making a comeback. You're seeing the prices on TCG just spike up there. Well, guess what? It's because of Homerus. It's because this card says, I can Venusmon till the end of time, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, yeah. It literally, like, it forces your opponent to have to give you enough memory that you have to auto-suspend your Homerus. So that it doesn't reactivate its effect at the end of the turn. So that is insane. The fact that you can play Venusmon as a second level 6 in the Aegeomon deck, because once again, vaccine. I believe Jupitermon's a vaccine too. Yeah, vaccine. So you can play it with like Emissary of Hope. This stuff is kind of nuts. But even then, you start looking at some of the other abilities. You got on play when Digivolving of all the new Olympus 12. But then you got like older cards like Marukimon on play when Digivolving multiple times, or the new promo Minerva and Marukimon both get when Digivolving on play effects. So you can see that there's like already a bunch, and there's some bad ones here, like Marsmon's bad when Digivolving Blitz. I mean, like there might be a chance where you can like when Digivolving Blitz use memory gain to regain turn and then pass turn, and then when Digivolving Blitz again, which is kind of cool, but it's very hard to come up with. Same with things like Junomon when Digivolving from the starter deck, you're never going to see play. But it's just interesting because, trash top 3, then return one Digimon card from your trash to your hand. Makes this card more live, and maybe you'll see it if we ever get enough support for a Junomon deck. You got Galaxy. When Digivolving Dianamon twice per turn. Same with her original ability. Same with Apollomon. Like Apollomon again is when Digivolving Blitz. So that's again like Marsmon. That's bad. But I mean, still the Ace has an on play when Digivolving that you could use potentially twice per turn because of Homerus. More than twice per turn because you can activate multiple Homeruses at the end of the turn, and that's where we get to the Jupitermon, which is on play when Digivolving trash your top security card, and one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 13,000 until their turn ends. Then if you have one of your security cards, recovery +2. And then all turns once per turn when your security stack is removed from trash your opponent's top security card, and then all turns once per turn when any of your TS trait, Digimon, or Tamers would leave the battle area by trashing your top security, they don't leave. So we got so many good avenues to activate this effect, because you get rid of all your security, so you can Digivolve on a Geochusman and for cost 1 for each of your security cards. So you honestly want like next to no security cards. So you could Digivolve like when you're down to like 2 security, you can like Digivolve for cost 2 on this guy on your Geochusman, which is insane. And then you activate this ability, you recovery +2, and then you just by trashing your top security card, you go back up to 2, which can be really, really good, as long as you have 1 or fewer. So you can go back up to 3 total with this card. And then you end of turn, Homerus can activate that ability again. So you can neg your opponent like multiple times. I think people did the math, and it's like minus, somebody said minus 45,000 DP, but I mean it's more than that, because if you can use like 2 or 3 Homerus, you're at like 52,000. Not including other abilities like the minus 5k from the BT24 Juicemon when Digivolving. So it's nuts being able to use this guy's ability multiple times in a turn because of one card. And like I said, it makes your opponent have to play differently. It's like give you enough memory that you can't activate Homerus or try and choke you. It's a bad place to be. And the fact that you can play Homerus for free with a Geomon is like this is the deck. Like I was concerned about BT24 being just kind of lame and not having enough gas to kind of get over Hoodie, but this is the deck right here. And maybe it isn't. Maybe it doesn't have enough support. We're still kind of like short on level 4s. Level 5s are pretty good. I mean, the fact that you can play Venusmon in this deck is kind of nuts. You can play Rune Mode top end too, just to like crap on your opponent. it's endless. And then of course Vaccine. You can play the whole Vaccine engine in this deck because why the freak not? It's a Vaccine deck. It's crazy. And it's very interesting as well. And there's so much free Digivolution in this deck, especially if you add the Vaccine stuff in. It's just out of this world. And then, of course, like I said, like Homerus could become a problem, not only because of Jupitermon, not only because of Venusmon, but those are the two most prevalent ones right now we got. This is made super good by Homerus. This is made super good by Homerus. And we don't even know about these other cards yet, like Minervamons or Marukimons or the new Venusmon and Neptunemon. And we still have like over half the Olympus 12 to get in a Time Stranger trait. We don't have Marsmon. We don't have Junomon. We don't have a new Dianamon or Apollomon. We don't have Bacchusmon. And we don't have Ceresmon. And we also don't have one more. Volcanismon. We've never even got a Volcanismon. Volcanismon has not had a single card printed of him, so he's one of the only ones that hasn't had his own card. I think everything else has at least had one, Juno, Mars, Ceres. We didn't put Ceres in here because the BT3 one doesn't have an on-play when Digivolving, so it wasn't important to the discussion. But yeah, we have like at least over half still of the Time Stranger Olympus 12 to go. And so those abilities haven't been shown yet. So how good I think I said Bacchusmon. We don't have a single copy of Volcanismon and Bacchusmon ever printed. So we only got like 5 of the Olympus 12 in this set, and we haven't had a Ceresmon since BT3. So in over 20 sets, we haven't had a Ceresmon. We haven't had a Junomon since ever, actually, technically, because Junomon's never been in a set. She's only been in a starter deck, which came out probably back around BT8. So again, getting close to 20 sets. And Marsmon too since BT11, so that's 10 plus sets. So a lot of these ones we didn't get, we haven't had in a while. Whereas we've had a Venusmon BT10, still pretty far back, but we've had the promo Maruki and Minervamon just recently, and EX5 Marukimon was a lot closer. Same with the original Minervamon, I think, because I think she was BT11 or 12. So although we haven't had a Neptunemon since BT5, so I mean we did get one. So we're still like a lot of Time Stranger cards out there that we have yet to see that might make this card even more toxic. Like, it's just insane. It'd be interesting because I thought I saw people saying that you only have to activate one of them. So if you have multiple of her on the board, you only have to activate one of the start of main ones. If you have 5 or more, suspend this tamer and draw 1. I would assume that you'd have to activate all of them, but maybe I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong, so that if you got over 5 memory, you'd always have to suspend all of them at the start of the turn instead of getting to use their end of turn ability. But you have to let me know down below. Am I right about the ruling or not? So it's interesting. because this seems like it's could be a more difficult card to use, especially if your opponent knows what you're trying to do and just says, no, I'm just going to give you a whole bunch of memory and hope that you can't kill me, especially if they build a really good board. So it's interesting to see, and we'll see what happens with that card in relation to all these Olympus 12 cards. Like, is it going to, are we going to start seeing some of these decks come out with some of these other ones? Is it going to all be about Venusmon and Jupitermon? Are we going to see Homerus and Galaxy? What's going to happen? There's so many different possibilities right now, but the future looks bright, and there looks to be some interesting stuff and some interesting deck building. Vaccine in with a Jupitermon deck, potential other Olympus 12 decks, and of course Homerus is going to be an expensive card. I can already tell. Just because the possibilities are endless for that tamer. The possibilities are endless, and there's more possibilities coming out because I do expect that we will get the rest of the Olympus 12 within the next couple sets. I would hope. It would be nice. We'll see what happens, but and yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting. But we'll continue to bring you guys this content and hope you guys enjoy it. And as always, let us know your guys' thoughts about this. Are you guys excited for BT24? What do you think about all this Time Stranger stuff? What do you think about the Jupitermon deck or just the Olympus 12 in general? What do you think about Venusmon BT10 and Homerus? Because I know some people are licking their lips all over that, and it's just kind of scary. But, we're going to wrap up right now here. Again, wishing you guys the best in the holidays. Hope you guys enjoy as always, and that you had fun with this discussion video. And, hoping it brightened your day a little bit, and that you can enjoy the holiday season and look forward to 2026. Look forward to BT24 and some of the cool things we have coming for the Digimon TCG. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day, a wonderful Christmas day. And that's all for now, folks.